Hi-Tec engines need Hi-Tec oils.
The Hi-Tec Oils Australian Swift Racing Series has been just about everywhere in 2012, and the racing has been thick and fast. Whilst defending champion Allan Jarvis looks to cling on to his series lead, there's contenders lining up to try and take the glory in the second year of this great one-make racing series. This round at Sydney Motorsport Park should be a cracker. The very experienced Richard Mork joins the Hi-Tec Oil Swift Racing Series this weekend with a long and checkered career at the top of Australian motorsport.
I started racing back in 1964 at Castlereagh Drags, and I went from drag racing to club events with the ARDC actually, and I was in their championship for club cars, and I've just raced all my life, you know, in different categories. I've had a bit of a stint in the V8 supercars and whatever, you know, I had 63 starts or something in them. I built my own car basically and ran Bathurst in it, which is good fun. I had a lot of reasonable results for what we were plugging around with. You know, it was an old box of bolts sort of thing, you know, all second-hand stuff on it, but we had a lot of fun, a lot of good memories. It's a cheap drive, you know, like it doesn't cost a lot of money. Like any young bloke who wants to get out there and have a go, it's a good place to start. They're not fast, you know, but the thing is you're pitting yourself against other people in identical cars. Like nobody takes the cars home. They're all done by the same people, you know, they're all tuned the same and that. It's very hard when you race people who have been racing them all year and you come into a one-make series because they tweak them up. The young bloke next to me here, this young Murphy, he never stops working on his car, you know, they've just got them sorted out so well. And I'm driving a car that needs sorting out. But we'll get on top of it and hopefully go a lot better tomorrow. We don't care about trophies, we don't care about prize money. We're here to have a good time. And this is a good way to do it. It's a good way to spend the weekend. Everybody should be out here.
Yes, it's going to be a scary day. We've let Richard Mork loose in a Swift.
Your words, not mine, Grant Boyden. Your words, not mine. This is race 2, highlights of the Australian Swift Racing Series with thanks to our great friends at Hi-Tec Oils. And it was a pretty willing start, but it was really only a precursor of what was to come a little bit further down the road. This is turn 2. This is father and son. Allan Jarvis up the inside of Captain Rob, and the championship leader coming into the round made it stick, but Rob got shuffled back. Reece Murphy moved up the inside and took a position away and moved himself to third.
Well, battling out the series and needs as many points as he possibly can, Reece Murphy. Here's an interesting little incident, and you can be your own judge on this one. The 62 car down the inside tags Ward. They run a little bit wide, little door left open, and they both lose a spot. And a bit of action behind too, with Adam Brendon losing the front of his car. Now this is a lap later, Richard.
It's not a replay, a reversal of what happened. Ward this time up the inside into the side of Murphy, so just to straighten up the damage on the other side of the car the next lap around, and hustled his way through. And Allan Jarvis at the same time managed to get through and take the race victory. Championship rival Reece Murphy was next, and Ward across the line in third place, but boy, it was a willing race. Adam Brand finished fourth ahead of Rob Jarvis, Brendon Cook, Richard Mork and Ben Foessel.
Adam Brand, first race of Sunday, and what happened out there?
Oh dear me, I'm in trouble. I'm in the dog box. My teammate, sponsor, good friend, I hit him twice on the track. Captain Rob, I'm sorry, brother, I'm sorry. But mate, look, that was an absolutely wild but fun race. You know, there was so many changes in positions, and mate, you wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
I'm sure the dirt track cowboy Adam Brand will be back with vengeance on this one, even if it is against his major sponsor.
You never want to crash into your mate, but the worst person you want to crash into is the person paying the bills. But we'll see what happens. This is race 3. Thanks to Hi-Tec Oils, Allan Jarvis on pole, Reece Murphy from second. Remember the medal between Murphy and Ward? Well, they'll go one position apart from this one. So this should be a really interesting battle between the top 5 or 6 cars, but really anyone in this field can win. We're away on board camera with Damian Ward and the Hi-Tec Oils on board. Good start from Brand, so he wants to make amends for the dramas with Captain Rob in race 2, and he's made a very good start and will be, well, it's third at the moment, but it could be first by the time they get to turn 2.
Yeah, Damian Ward just got a little bit too much wheel spin off the line. Nothing you could do about it once it started to happen.
But
look at this.
It's not over yet. Round the outside goes Jarvis. Look at Murphy up the inside. Big move. And gets the thing stopped just and holds on.
Brend.
Well, he's not finished trying to rub some people up the wrong way this weekend. Jarvis is off the racetrack. Brand up the inside, and now Ward trying to buy into this.
I think that was a fair call by Brand on that occasion. Murphy just seemed to be a little bit slow through the turn. I think it's caught Adam Brand out, but now he's in trouble. Damian Ward's got the inside line. Now he needs to stick there, needs to cement himself, but no, can't do it. Ward has moved forward and will pick up third spot.
Was it an Adam Brand song that said, I wasn't built for comfort, I was built for speed?
That's the one.
Yeah, I think so. That's
the great thing about being Adam Brand is he's such a nice guy. If he T-boned you, you'd be absolutely irate, but as soon as you got into the pitch, you'd be, oh, no worries, mate. Yeah.
Well, he just flashed his superstar grin and perhaps sign an autograph and a signed copy of his album, and away you go. But down the inside, he's a very good driver, though, and he's doing a great job in the Swift Racing Series. Around the back of Corporate Hill they go, and down towards the hairpin, just starting to settle themselves down a little bit after a very willing opening lap.
And while all those battles were going on for second, third and fourth, that's allowed our race leader to just pull away a little bit, give himself a bit of breathing space. Reece Murphy coming up through the final group of turns to come onto the start finish straight. You've got Allan Jarvis sitting back there in second, and still Adam Brand and Ward going in for it. Absolute hammer and tong.
Ward's got problems, hasn't he? He's pulled right off to the side of the racetrack and looks like he's going to be out. The Hi-Tec Oils car out of the motor race. What a shame. Pole position winner on Saturday. Out-qualified Reece Murphy by less than 1/10 of a second, but looks like his day is going to go no further.
It was sort of hard to tell what was going on there, whether it was some sort of steering issue that has brought him off the side of the track. I'm not entirely sure, but just seemed to sort of slow down and not try and take the corner at all. He's stepping out of the car, so he's A-OK, if not a little bit dejected.
So here's a replay. Let's just have a listen, see if we can hear anything. Well, he's doing an awful lot of fishing for gears there, Boydo. I'd suggest he might have run out of drive in that car. Pulls to the side of the racetrack, and that brings out the safety car, because that is in quite a precarious position just off the outside of the racing line there. And he's getting the tow back to pit lane as well.
Yeah, not the way you want to be heading back to the pits on the final race of the weekend.
So the field will group up, and then we'll go back to racing next time by.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, yes, it has been like that this weekend. Allan Jarvis should show us that when they come back to the green.
In a good spot, isn't he? Right up behind the car in front, but...
Gee, they're into it early.
Yeah, they didn't muck around. Reece Murphy gets the power down just that little bit better, you'd have to think, which is expected coming out of a turn. It's always a, an accordion effect, but now Jarvis having a go, coming down towards turn one. He's got just enough to try and squeeze up the inside. Adam Brand. Well, he might not be built for comfort and built for speed, but I tell you what, the hands are going at 1,000,000 miles an hour for the dirt track cowboy.
He's going to try and split the middle as well, is he? Oh, not quite. Jarvis goes to the front, though. Murphy will try and hold on around the outside, and they just get a little bit close at turn two. This is good willing stuff in the Swift Racing Series.
Oh, this is going to be tight. I can see the road disappearing, and I knew Murphy was up the inside.
He's not one to give way much, is he, is Reece Murphy? He holds his racing line, but Jarvis gave him just enough racing room, and I think Jarvis might be about to lose a position as well. Brand now at the inside.
Adam.
Good stuff.
What a great result. Look, he goes defensive too. Make sure he's covered the line. Jarvis doing the smart thing, hanging back to see if he can get a launch out of this turn and perhaps dive down the inside, but it's not going to be.
So down the inside at turn 6. Here we go. Left and right on the toes for Allan Jarvis. Well, it's nice to know which way's which. That's a great shot, and just flat to the boards there, isn't he?
I knew he was planning something for his shoes.
Left and right. Well,
see, if I was him, I would have put him around the other way, just to try and throw us off. We'd probably fall for it too. Good on you, Allan. Well done.
That's why we're in the commentary box and not on the racetrack. So Jarvis back to third place. Adam Brand one further up. Love that footwell camera. That's awesome. And yeah, he was hard on the throttle, wasn't he? No lifting off in the Swift Racing Series. Here we go. Flat. Then on the brakes, bit of heel and toe.
That's nice heel and toe, actually. If you're not 100% sure on what heeling and towing is, that was a very, very good graphical vision of what a heel and toe is, and he did it very smoothly.
Bit of a shake of the head there from Adam Brand, I think. as he runs down this long start-finish straight at Sydney Motorsport Park.
Is that frustration, or I just can't believe him in second?
Well, I think, I'm not too sure. So that's Brandy, actually. So there's Jarvis on the inside, and that's why Adam Brand was shaking his head, because he got a bad run out of turn 12, and that's let Allan Jarvis go through up the inside.
And it's so hard, isn't it? You know when you've messed up a corner, you know when you haven't got the run onto the straight you need. You know when you're a sitting duck and there's nothing you can do about it.
The boss is behind. Remember his comments before the race? I crashed into my boss, but I loved it. There's Rob just in behind in the BVC entry. Sort of got the GT stripes on it, that Swift, doesn't it? Not quite a GT Falcon that I know Captain Rob absolutely loves and adores, but nevertheless, looking the part, and these two side by side again.
Oh, this is going to get interesting. He's just having a bit of a look, Captain Rob, just to try and throw Brandy off his game, but Adam's been around a little while now. He knows what this is all about, and you can see he's become very competitive. Run wide there, that could cost him. So too Allan Jarvis.
Well, making the most of the new sort of tarmac apron they've laid there at turn 5. So this is 6. Feed the throttle in. Flat change just about. Smack the clutch. And tip the car in. So that was flat on the entry to turn 9 or turn 8 around the back of Corporate Hill. So that shows how much grip these cars have got with the Achilles radial tyres. Gripping hard and just flick the thing into the corner.
So often when you see that shot, you see it in V8 supercars where they feed the accelerator on slowly, not trying to get too much rear wheel spin. These cars just stand on it.
Yeah, get on it as hard as you can, which is why they make such good motor racing. The series is growing, Boydo. The fields have been up this year and the racing has been more entertaining. Imagine when they get up to the 16 to 20 mark. It is just going to be off the shelf the whole way through the field. Cannot wait to see that.
Scary is probably the thought that comes to mind. I mean, cars that are very, very similar in performance, it all comes down to what the driver can get out of the car on the day. And we know that that can change from week to week.
Here's Brandy looking in his mirrors, side by side. And I just saw the reflection in the mirror of Captain Rob looking down the inside. So it's that run out of turn 12 down this long start finish straight. And remember, these are momentum-based race cars. So the better you get out of a corner, it's going to help you down the other end. And Adam Brand at the moment can't get out of the corners. Captain Rob certainly could, and that's why he's managed to get through. And Brand out of the podium position at the moment.
Yeah, difficult when you're racing against a good friend, isn't it, in Rob Jarvis and Adam
sponsor.
Brand. Well, it's not even that. It's more so the friendship. I mean, I don't think Adam's short of a crust, but look at this. He's had another go, and he's got up the inside. He's going to take this too. So they might be mates off the track, but on the track, there's no love lost between the two.
So feeding it in through turn 4.
Oh,
and
nicely
yeah,
done.
That's beautiful, isn't it? And just drifted across, covered his usual racing line to hold on. Look at the cars moving around. They are right on the rugged edge. Adam Brand driving very hard, and Rob Jarvis not giving up either. I think this has been a great season for Rob Jarvis. He's sort of been revitalised in his driving, hasn't he? In the way he's approached the year. Very, very feisty indeed.
Adam Brand's just going just a little bit hot into some of the turns, but I've got to tell you, I'm impressed with him in this race. I think he's doing an outstanding job.
So down through turn 8 and into the hairpin for the final time.
See, because he's carrying too much momentum, he's not able to pick up the apexes all that well, and that's allowing him to come into the clutches of Rob Jarvis. It's a golden saying in go-karting, slow in, fast out.
Yeah.
We need to apply that here in the Swifts. Well, that's what Adam needs to do, and it'd be almost invincible for Rob Jarvis to get past, because he's just racing so well at the moment.
And front-wheel drive too, so you can't get on the power too early, or it just scrubs the car wide and costs you all of that momentum you need on the long straights here at Sydney Motorsport Park. Here's the man that's going to win it though, and he'll assume the championship lead in the process. Reece Murphy wins race 3 at Sydney Motorsport Park and moves to the top of the standings in the Hi-Tec Swift Racing Series. Man, it was close. There would be a massive grin on the face of Adam Brand if we could see it behind the helmet.
That's gold. Well done to them all. Reece Murphy, Allan Jarvis, Adam Brand got home in front of Rob Jarvis, Brendon Cook and Richard Mork. Good on you, Morky, rounding out the top 6.
We couldn't ask for a better result. The whole weekend's been great racing between everybody. It's been hard, but overall we've come through with the win.
Allan Jarvis, second overall for the weekend. Not quite the perfect bounce back from a disappointing run at Winton.
No, mate, no, not quite perfect, but I'm happy with it. We've sort of learned a few things this weekend. We're not as slow as we thought we were, and it's a good start to our comeback.
Third for the round. How was the weekend?
Yeah, it was quite challenging. Probably the toughest racing I've done so far, especially in the second race. top qualified, and definitely had the pace to be up there. Just didn't pull that win off. And in the third one, had a gearbox trouble with the linkage and retired from that race.
Well, I think that has to be the most entertaining round of the year for the Hi-Tec Oils Swift Racing Series. George from Hi-Tec presenting the trophies and 5 litres of Hi-Tec's finest as well here at the Shannons Nationals. Reece Murphy leads the standings, but gee, it's close with Allan Jarvis. Rob Jarvis still in contention, and you can never rule out Allan Brand. He sits 4th.
Well, that wraps up round 5 of the Shannons Nationals presented by Hi-Tec Oils. I'll see you back here for round 6 at Queensland Raceway. Thanks for watching.
Facing the wrong way, Armand gone around at speed at turn 8 and crunch into the wall. Oh, man, it was close. There would be a massive grin on the face of Allan Brand if we could see it behind the helmet.